Mystic GLoLady here. I surround us with the divine white light. What comes through me is not of me, and we just have a good time. This reading is for Capricorn for the month of July for 2015. Shuffle them a few more times, and let's see what energy we have to work with. Oh, the sun. The sun is shining beneath you. What you have to work with this month of July, Capricorn. In your first house. In your first house, you have the King of Wands. Whoa, aren't you taking things into your own hands this month? Who are you? Nobody to mess with, that's for sure. Is that because Pluto's in there? Death, regeneration, rebirth. You're building up a new you this month, Capricorn. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles, and that is in your third house, or second house of finances. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is in your third house of short distance travel and your communications. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles sitting in between, are you talking with people about money, making more money because you need money? It looks like if you speak up about money, because not speaking up, it's really taking effect on the home life if you do not, okay? The Ten of Swords in the home position. What is it in the home? Mental, communication, illness, travel is what swords represent. So what is it in the home that needs to be communicated to get things flowing better? Now, I'm feeling that there are some who have an illness in the family and they are worried about the money to pay for that illness. But in the fourth house with the Four of Pentacles, you have a wealth of friends and people who will support you. So if there is an illness, speak it, get it out, okay? Because outside manifests as illness within, and when we keep it in, it's not good for us. As I said, outside manifests as illness within. So if you're going through some challenges in the home, there are a wealth of people who are there to support you. So communicate it, get it out there. What is the problem? Share it, because you're not alone. And I'm sorry for the neighbors' dogs that want to shear in the background. That's something that I really can't do too much about. Now, in the sixth house position, you have the Four of Wands, the work, the health, and it's looking very, very good. Okay, sorry about that, Capricorn. The dog listened to me. She's quiet. And we're continuing in that sixth house with the Four of Wands. And everything seems to be working out well with your work and your health. In your seventh house, we have the Ten of Cups. The perfected success in your relationships. So this month it's a lot of internal. I'm hearing, feeling, seeing a lot of internal adjustments that need to be made this month, Capricorn, with the Judgment card in the 8th house position of other people's money. Um, don't be surprised if there is not a hang on. Okay, Capricorn, just like the multiple interruptions that have been going through with your reading, don't be surprised if there isn't some multiple interruptions that's going on for you this month, okay? Try to keep your balance, stay grounded. It might be a challenge, but stay grounded, okay? Turn off the camera, yell at the dog next door to be quiet, and hopefully the dog will listen to you. It's not that you can say that to people, but sometimes you can. Okay, in your 9th house of higher learning, long distance travels, you have the 9 of Pentacles. And if you are going to be traveling to do a job, it will pay off for you financially, and you would be very happy doing it, even though it would mean leaving your home. In the 10th house of your career, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is taking things into your own hands. So take things into your own hands with your career this month, Capricorn. In the 11th house position, we have the one of Wands, the Ace of Wands. One is a beginning of Wands. Wands is work. What is the new beginnings that you are having this month? And it is in your friends and associates. Is the possibility of a new relationship that comes from one of your friends that gets deepened even more? That is a possibility. In the 12th house position, you have the Ace of Cups. Aces, new beginnings. Cups, your emotions. It's in the hidden enemies. In the 12th house is hidden enemies. It is institutions, jails. So, are you going to be doing some work? Do you like doing work? Do you like helping those who are in those positions? So let's see what the astrological has to add to this reading. And we will start out in the 1st house. And that is Capricorn. That is who you are. And Capricorn has Pluto there. And Pluto is that death, regeneration, rebirth, and it is retrograde. So are you having struggles with the new you? With things that are going on in your life? Remember, outside manifests as illness within, so get whatever ails you that's going on outside of you and let it go. Like the dog barking, well, how can you expect the dog not to bark when that is the dog's behavior? That is in the dog's nature. So, if a person is being themselves, then how can you expect them to change when they are just being them? That is the good thing about astrology and understanding, especially yourself, and especially partnerships, because when you know your chart and then you see their charts, you really get to learn about a person that way. And you get to find out if your relationship is more of a karmic lesson that has come along, or it is um, a divine, a partner, a twin seed, because we have soulmates, and we have many soulmates, and our soulmates are here to teach us a lesson. They're just coming back around, and what's the lesson that we didn't learn the last time when we were with them? So the twin flames is a split of you. So what is it? What is it this month, Capricorn? In your second house, you have Aquarius, and that's the humanitarian. Don't be giving more. If you give all the eggs in your basket, then what do you have? You have no eggs. Even though you shouldn't count all the eggs before they're hatched, if you give them away, then there's no chance of hatching. So even though you would like to give more, because you are a feeling person, even though sometimes other people do not think that you are, you have Aquarius in your second house, and you do like to give, to help people. Now, in your third house is Pisces, and Pisces has Neptune, illusions, delusions, and Chiron, your wounded healer, and they are both retrograde in the third house of communication, short distance travels. Is there a healing that you need to do to go back home? If you take that trip to go back home, things might be a little bit, it might be a little unexpected, and there could be some healing in there to go back home, because we have Aries, and in Aries is Uranus, and Uranus is unexpected, and it's in your home, and there might be unexpected healing that can occur if you can go back home. And as I said, home is where the heart is. Go back, look in your heart, see where that hurt is, okay? Whether you were a child, or an adolescent, or an adult, we all have our scars that follow with us, okay? So go back home and find out what is it that unexpected, unusual healing that needs to take place. Okay? In your fifth house, we have Taurus, and Taurus is grounded. You have friends around, you really do. You have support around, so don't feel like you're all alone. Okay? Now, in your sixth house, this is Gemini. And we have Mercury that starts out there at the beginning of the month at 17 degrees, where we had the holdup from the Mercury in retrograde in June. Well, May, June, hopefully made it through, because that was a doozy, wasn't it? Okay, Mercury's going to fly this month. It's at 0 degrees, okay, of Cancer on the 9th. Then it flies up on the 24th. It's at 0 degrees, and it ends in Leo at 15 degrees at the end of the month. So it's going zoom, okay, 6, 7, 8. Beginning of the month, communications at work flowing, okay? Then down here in the partnerships on the 9th, make that travel. Make that travel sometime after the 9th, because it's Cancer, it's home, and you're going to be very happy if you go home, or at least phone home and ask questions. Ask questions, because most people don't do things to intentionally hurt others. So a lot of the pains that we have in our past, we have internalized, thinking that they did it and intentionally hurt us, when it was the furthest thing from their intent. And when you see it as harm and they don't see it, that little action can stay with you for the rest of your life, or at least until you identify it. You have to identify the problem until you can find a solution. So with Cancer in your 7th house of relationships, you also have the sun there. The sun starts out at 8 degrees, and on the 24th, both the sun and Mercury are conjunct in Leo. So, you know, the who I am, the communication, a little bit of a battle there back and forth on the 24th. And we also have Mars in Cancer. And Mars, that working on relationships. Let's work on those relationships. All right, it starts out in 4 degrees and it goes 24 degrees by the end of the month. So working on those relationships to heal that pain within the home. Okay, now in the 8th house, other people's money, you have Jupiter, and Jupiter is multiplying. It is a beneficial, and in your 8th house of other people's money, well, it looks like you're going to be talking about other people's money. And you also have Venus in there in other people's money. The Judgment is in there. Does that mean that there's going to be a signing of a prenuptial agreement in order to get married? Because you're dealing with other people's money, and that Judgment, that's, you know, partnership, coming together, joining together, other people's money. Is there a new deal that you're working out with other people's money? Okay, now Venus is at 21 degrees, and on the 19th, it's going to be at 0 degrees of Virgo. Okay, and then it stays there until the 25th of July. Oh, excuse me. And then it's going to go retrograde. And the last time Venus was retrograde in Leo was June to October of 2007. So look back June to October of 2007, and you will get an idea of what the energy was like. As well as, excuse me, Jupiter. Okay, we had Jupiter down here. All right, remember back August 2002 to August 2003, and that is the planetary that was going through at that time. And your, let's see, we didn't come to Saturn yet, so I'll talk about that in a little. Oops, excuse my precious Bella May. Okay, let's see. So, other people's money, communicating in there, okay? Towards the end of the month ought to be pretty beneficial for you, Capricorn. Now, in the 9th house, you have Virgo. And if you want to take that trip to go home, it's definitely, it's there. It's there. It will benefit you in more ways than one. So if you're looking at cost as a factor, you will gain more by going than by not going. Okay? So, in your 10th house, you have Libra. And Libra is that balance of. And we also have the North Node. And the North Node is retrograde from 5 degrees to 2 degrees. And where is that balance that you need in your career? Okay? With the Chariot in there, you need some balance. You take that. Okay? Taking things into your own hands in your career, where you want to go. take it in your own hands, okay? You can't blame anybody for your career, because that's where you're heading. You know, the North Node is where you're heading in this life, and the only way you're going to get there is if you take it into your own hands to do it in your career. Now, in the 11th house, we have Scorpio, and we also have Saturn, okay, that great teacher right here with our friends and our associates, and it is retrograde 29 to 28 degrees. So, aces, new beginnings, okay, Saturn, the teacher. Are you learning new lessons, or are you starting new lessons? Well, learning new lessons, starting new lessons, I guess that sounds like the same thing. New lessons, starting new lessons. But the only way we can start new lessons is if we finish the last ones. Okay? So, Saturn, that teacher, have you learned your lessons with who your friends are? And Saturn in Scorpio, the last time Saturn was in Scorpio was in December of 1982 to December of 1984. So if you are old enough to remember that energy, Saturn, the teacher, what did they teach you way back long ago? Okay? Now, in your 12th house, you have Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is that fun-loving. Can you take what you learned and reach out, okay? Reach out to those jails, institutions, in order to bring some healing, some happiness, okay? We can't keep what we have unless we give it away, and smiles are contagious. So you know, if they're going to stab you in the back, well, at least they get to see you smile before they do it, you know? I mean, rather them have the karma of being mean than you have the karma. Okay, now on the 1st or 2nd, depending on where you live, we have a full moon, and that is in Capricorn, and that's going to be in your 1st house, okay? Who are you? You know, get rid of what you don't like. Make room for the new you coming in. Now, on the 15th, we have a new moon, and that is in Cancer, and it's going to be in your 7th house of partnerships. So, yeah, go visit family after the 15th or around the 15th. Make plans to go. You know, go for a week, go for 10 days, and it will be a very good, beneficial trip for you to go back home to heal. Okay, and then on the 31st. We have another full moon. It is a blue moon, the month of July, and that's when there's 2 full moons in 1 month, and that's going to be in Aquarius right here on the 31st. So, yeah, as much as you would love to give money away to charities, remember that wealth isn't monetary. Sometimes people just need someone to listen to. So if you are going to one of those institutions, and it does include an elderly and a retirement home, how many of those people that are in retirement homes just will themselves to die away? And what kind of blessings could you bring them? So, get out of yourself. Get out of yourself. Things will be okay, Capricorn. It looks good, okay? If you're having problems, look within, okay? Identify the problem and you can find a solution. So thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. And if you'd like a reading, please be sure to contact me. And I greatly enjoy doing readings because it helps people. And I'm a Pisces, and I love helping people. So, until August, see you, love you, bye!